This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Lose weight and burn fat, the goal of all fitness goals, at least for most. It's no surprise then that many fitness trends promise to help you do just that, until people realize it doesn't work and then the trend fades away. But there has been one trend that has stuck around for a while now, and that is fasted cardio. So does that mean that fasted cardio is actually effective? Let's find out. The concept of fasted cardio is in its name. Do your cardio in a fasted state or on an empty stomach. The most common practice is to do cardio first thing in the morning before eating or drinking anything other than maybe water. In theory, with the lack of food to fuel your exercise, your body will instead rely on energy from your fat stores, thus burn more fat. And it is true, according to the research, that exercising in a fasted state indeed increases fat oxidation. But it only applies within the acute moment of training. For any meaningful results, we have to look at the big picture, and that's when fasted cardio starts to fall short. When a 2011 study looked at respiratory exchange ratio, a measurement that determines whether the body is mobilizing more fats versus carbs for energy, immediately after exercise, fasted cardio resulted in a lower RER, meaning the body is burning primarily fat for energy. Fed cardio resulted in a higher RER, indicating more carbohydrate utilization. However, when they measured RER again 12 hours later, they found that fasted cardio now resulted in a higher RER than the fed group. This continued even 24 hours later when again fed cardio had a lower RER, suggesting fed cardio utilizes more fats throughout the day than fasted cardio. Even then, we're still missing the forest for the trees. One day is not that much more indicative of effective weight loss than 1 hour of exercise. In a longer 2014 study, researchers tested 20 healthy young women performing 60 minutes of cardio for 3 days per week through 4 weeks. Half the women performed the exercise after an overnight fast, while the other half consumed a 250-calorie shake prior to exercise. All women were given a personalized diet plan imposing a 500-calorie deficit. At the end of 4 weeks, both groups were able to lose significant weight and fat, but there were no significant between-group differences in any outcome measures, suggesting that fasted cardio provided no body composition benefits over fed cardio. Granted, this is still a rather short study at 4 weeks, and whether this applies to men remains to be seen. But there are still other study results that don't bode well for fasted cardio. A 2012 study discovered that, after performing either fed or fasted cardio, when healthy active male subjects were given 2 ad libitum buffet meals at 5.5 and 9.5 hours post-workout, the fed cardio group ended up consuming slightly fewer calories overall. Both did do better than a control group though, suggesting that exercise alone is more important for suppressing appetite than when you choose to exercise. As far as improving performance at submaximal training levels, fasted cardio has not shown to outperform that of fed cardio. A 2003 study even suggests that when it comes to maximal power output, fasted cardio is actually slightly worse. But perhaps the most critical evidence on fasted cardio as of today is a 2017 Australian meta-analysis. In this meta-analysis, the authors compiled 5 studies comparing fasted versus fed cardio, totaling 96 young participants of varying fitness levels. Exercise interventions were mostly low to moderate, with one study utilizing a high-intensity interval training protocol. After looking through all the results of these studies, the authors concluded that performing exercise in a fasted state did not influence weight loss or changes in lean and fat mass. But more importantly, in my opinion, is that they also concluded that creating a meaningful caloric deficit over a period of time is what will enhance results with exercise the most. And that always seems to be the most tried and true sensible approach. How much you eat and what you eat are much more important than any other factor, including when you eat. With all that being said, there are still some potential benefits to fasted cardio, particularly training adaptations. Since fasted cardio is predominantly fueled by fat, an endurance athlete can use it to train fat oxidation adaptations. Fasted cardio has also shown to improve post-exercise insulin sensitivity, making it a potential exercise strategy for those dealing with insulin resistance or diabetes. And although no research has reported this, many people have individually reported that fasted cardio just simply feels better for them. If that is true for you, then by all means stick with it. Nothing is more important than driving consistency and adherence. That's about all we know so far. Certainly, we can still use more fasted cardio research, especially longer-term research spanning multiple months. But as of now, it doesn't look like fasted cardio does anything special. So don't be afraid to enjoy your whole wheat pancake breakfast before going for a run. Speaking of enjoying, I want to talk to you guys about Squarespace. If you enjoy awesome website designs and want to make a website of your own, then Squarespace is the place to go. I know firsthand how important it is to have a decent website if you're trying to start your own personal training business. Unfortunately for me, I haven't found Squarespace at that time, and my endeavor would have been much better had I started with Squarespace rather than just some basic website designer tool I found off the internet. Luckily, I'm now in the works of launching a new PictureFit website, and it's all thanks to the all-in-one website platform from Squarespace, making it super easy and a super enjoyable process. It really is. So if you're starting a new business and want to promote your training services, or if you're just interested in sharing your thoughts on fitness like myself, or anything else really, then head to squarespace.com to start your free trial. Once you're ready to launch, you can go to squarespace.com/PictureFit to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Other than that, if you enjoyed the video, please thumbs up and share it with your fasted cardio loving friends. As always, thank you for watching and get your protein.